Me and John Hagen, we went out to a bar. It was the night before, the last night that we that stripper girl.
Right.
It was the night before that, and we were getting crazy, and we went to a bar. Just me and him, like Zach and Darcy were like having a fight, so like they were doing their own thing. So like me and John went off by ourselves to the bar, and
nice.
And fucking we saw these two cute girls sitting like in the corner by themselves or whatever. So we like went over.
Yeah.
And so we went over there, and they were sitting down.
She was nice.
And
of course they were sitting there.
Of course they were sitting down. Like, how could they say that? Dude, that
What else?
These girls
So whatever, we bought him drinks. We were like, hey, what's going on? We'll buy you drinks. And then all of a sudden, John's like, hey, you want to go smoke a cigarette? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then him and the girl went out, and I was like, are you going to come? And she was like, no. I was like, well, what's the matter? And she wheeled herself out. She was in a wheelchair, and no legs, not even steps. And she was like those girls in the. She had a great torso. Great torso. And I felt really bad. And I was like, alright, well I guess I'll stay with you, so I stayed inside.
Did you make some sort of dude?
No, I played it off really cool. I was like, oh, yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, totally. I understand. It's cool, yeah. No legs. Got it. We're just gonna chill in here. No problem. So they went out and smoked a cigarette, and I was staying inside. And, we got to talking, and she was actually a really cool girl. And besides the whole no legs thing, she was really cute and everything. And so yeah, then John comes back in from the cigarette, and he's like, yo, dude, I think I'm gonna get out of here with this girl. And I was like, hey, you slut.
Is this like a college trust?
Yeah. And John is a slut.
And I was like, alright, well, how are you gonna get home? Are you gonna drive home? He's like, no way, dude, I can't do that. And I was like, give me your fucking keys, dude, you're not driving home. So he gives me his keys, and I wasn't even that drunk, really. And he leaves with the girl. And so now I'm like awkwardly stuck on a date with this no legs girl. But she was really cute, really cool, and like had a really great personality and stuff. And so she goes, well, hey, do you want to go on a walk? And I was like, and then I was like, walk. And then I was like, no, be insensitive. You're being insensitive. Yes, I do want to go to walk. And so I was like, well. So I wheel her out into the fucking street. And I'm like walking her, I'm pushing her, walking her. Pushing her, walking, pushing her. And she, all of a sudden, she puts her hand on my head. And I'm like,
oh, God.
I was like, whoa.
Hot.
Whoa.
Hot.
And I was like, no, dude, no. Coke, do not do that. That's so wrong. And then I was like, wait, is it wrong, or is it wrong that I think it's wrong? Am I wrong? What the hell is going on? Should I feel bad about thinking this is wrong, or should I feel bad about thinking it in the first place? And then I was like, no, I don't know, we'll see. And then I wound up we went on a walk or whatever.
Or whatever.
Or like I walked. For sure.
A roll.
A roll.
Push.
Push.
The companionship adventure.
And then she was like, okay. I was like, well, no. I was like, okay, time to go home. I guess I'm gonna drive you home. And I was like, so who do you live with anyway? And she was like, my dad. And I was like, oh, weird. And so so I started driving her home in John's car, and then she goes, hey, you want to go to a cool place? I know. And I was like,
how do you pick up on guys when you don't have legs like that?
You gotta get lazy.
Wait, you'd be surprised. I can tell you stories, man.
Let the story happen.
She's probably like, oh,
Come on.
Don't question it.
she has me.
No.
Are you making
Females have fantasies like this, too. I could tell you stories.
Even if she has no legs.
Yeah.
So she's like, you want to go to this trail, right? And I'm like, okay, sure, I guess. So I get to the trail, and I'm being a really nice guy. I pulled the wheelchair out of the back of the car, placed her in it, And she had grabbed she had a duffel bag in her lap, and I was like, what the fuck's up with the duffel bag? But I didn't want to say anything, right? So I was just like, oh, okay. All right. And so I started pushing her down this path, and she's like, yeah, go left. Okay, now go right. Right, and a left. And I was like, what the fuck are we? And she was like, and then and I was like, what's going on with the duffel bag? Like, where?
Wait, did you get raped by the no girl leg?
No,
leg
I don't think she could have.
Okay.
I don't think she
Okay,
could.
good.
I probably would have just like moved a few feet, and she would have not been able to get there.
Okay,
But then she goes. So she's like there. Here we are. We're at the tree, and I was like, what tree? And I look up, and there's a big tree, and there's like hooks hanging from the tree. And I was like,
It's getting weird.
I was like, what the fuck? And she goes,
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
and that's when she opens up the duffel bag. That's when she opens up the duffel bag, and I was like, I didn't really understand what it was at first. It looked like a fucking seatbelt or something, and I was like, there's like straps everywhere and shit, and I was like,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
and I was like, what the fuck? And she's like, yeah, just hang him from the hooks, and I was like, okay. So I climb up the tree and I like hang him from the hooks, and she's like, and it's a fucking sex swing, like sure enough.
Oh yeah, I've seen those down on Market Street at that sex store. You seen those? You got them for $39.99. Yeah. Oh, totally. You can buy those.
It's
You
like
can buy those.
zero gravity sex swing.
All right. I think they go for it.
And she's like,
Go on.
lift me the fuck up in that shit, and I was like,
Wait, did she really say that?
she's like, let me up in that, and I was like,
She's not lifting me the fuck up.
let's just fuck up in that shit.
Let's get it on.
So I'm like, all right, I'll lift you the fuck up.
baby.
So I put her in there, and I was like, oh yeah.
Let's
So I
get it
pushing
on.
her, I'm like swinging her, and she's like, give it to me. And I was like,
You gotta have a good
I
aim.
was like, what? No.
Are
I'm
you
not
hard
gonna give it
as
to you.
hard as a
She's like,
rock? And do you have to have a good aim?
And then
I'm gonna interrupt.
I was like, yeah. So I gave it to her, and but it was crazy. It was like the most insane thing I've ever done in my life. It was like the
I let her have it.
positioning was like.
Is your nickname Woody now?
You're so nice.
Hey, did she have a big ass?
Yeah.
She actually did have.
You may have now.
She does nothing but sits on it all day. So, like, she just sits on her big ass fucking
That was
fat ass.
the worst thing.
And then
So then what?
and then afterwards I felt
story
I felt really awkward and guilty, and I was just like, oh man, I can't believe I did that. I was like,
Did you come?
Jude, stop
Did you
it.
come?
Did you go?
Did she
Anyways.
come?
Jude.
More importantly, did she
Let him tell
come?
the story.
More importantly, did she come? You know, that's what really matters here.
I think she
She's
came
gone all the
over.
trouble to have this apparatus
Okay.
and hook it up and everything. I think if that woman didn't come, if you didn't make her come, you motherfucker have fucking not fulfilled your promise.
So
You might have a pretty face, but if you don't have the moves behind it, you know, fuck that shit.
Okay, shh.
yeah. So then I felt really weird and awkward, and I was
You
like,
know,
it's time
who
to go
needs
home.
ya?
It's time to go home. I'm
Yeah,
gonna drop
who
you up at your
needs ya?
house, like this girl. And sure enough, I drop her up at the fucking house, and there's a guy standing up front. It's her dad.
Oh shit.
Oh, no.
I hope he kicked your
Does he know
ass.
about the swing?
I don't know, but
The
I was-
sling?
At that point, I'm like, what the fuck's going on? What the fuck? And like,
Yeah, handicapped girl.
and then she goes into the house, and I'm like set her up with the wheelchair, and I'm not going any further. And then she wheels herself in the house, and I'm like starting the car again. And then the guy comes. He comes up to the window, and he knocks on the window. And I'm like, and like the engine's not starting. And I was like, ah shit. So I like rolled down the window. I'm like, hey dude. And he's like, yeah, it's, you're friends with my daughter. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, he hands me $40. And I was like, what the fuck?
40?
Nah, it's cool, dude. No problem. What? he's like, just take it. And I was like, no. He's like, just take it. And I was like, all right. He's like, trust me. I mean, that's good. You know, most guys just leave her hanging.
Wait,
What?
oh,
What did he say again?
Most guys just leave her hanging.
Oh.
You did.
Most guys just leave her hanging. Hanging.
That wasn't true.
Oh.
That wasn't true. I don't know. Nope. Lie.
Well,
Actually-
you didn't leave her.
$40 and you wouldn't tell who
$40, that's all I
came
get.
and
That's a
you know,
funny
there's
joke.
a lot